Live. Shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, my TikTok family. Just got back to the house. I gotta go leave here shortly and go right back out. But look, I wanted to get on here real quickly. Um, Look, y'all, women are infatuated with the level of discipline. And I'm not even gonna say like discipline. I'm just gonna say like divine discipline because this level of discipline, the regular man doesn't have the capability of, and the alpha man doesn't have the discipline for. The ability to be able to, at any point in time, shut down any codependencies or bad tendencies. Like it's more than just being able to walk away from things. It's all the abilities, the discipline to fast, the discipline to stop drinking, the discipline. If you smoke, stop smoking. The discipline to, like myself, stop vaping. The discipline to go for sprints, jogs, runs, whatever you need to do. The discipline to make sure that your lifestyle, as far as what you eat, is completely changed to a whole different type of eating, and it's all just for your spiritual ascension. That this level of discipline is admired and loved by just about all women. Now, there's a few that don't like it at all, but it doesn't matter about them. But the rest of the women, even a narcissistic, covert narcissist, they still love that discipline. It's admirable. They look up to it. They'll never admit this, so you're hearing it from me, okay? Yeah, listen, it's the discipline to push yourself beyond your limits, or what you're told are your limits at all times. And this is, it really shows you that there aren't any limits. So you can focus on whatever it is that you want to do and manifest. Realize it. Reality is set up to keep you distracted and always thinking about something else besides your dreams, your goals. So you can't manifest anything else but this horrible B movie that we're all in. But once you decide that you're no longer going to participate, well, things change. And that's what I do with a lot of things. When I decided I no longer was going to participate in dating and start self-love, when I was doing self-love, when I first started it, before I made it a trend, people were calling me a narcissist, saying, oh, he's selfish and he just loves himself, and making fun of the concept and everything, until they started seeing growth. Once they started seeing growth and the upgrades I was getting, it became a thing. I say all that to say this: the discipline to stick to whatever you're doing, no matter what's being said about you, to stick to the game plan, no matter what's going on, to have the discipline enough to know that your reality starts in your mind, and anybody that's in the realm, the 3D realm, whatever they say, it doesn't really matter. If they do too much, their opposition, principalities, all this kind of stuff. And as long as your mind is disciplined to know that, random strangers' opinions will never matter to you. Never in a million years. So whenever I get online and I get met with opposition and negativity, I know these people don't know me. So whatever they're projecting onto me, more than likely, is something that they're insecure about. Something about what I'm doing is triggering their insecurities. So it doesn't matter if it's a crazy ex. It doesn't matter if it's some content creator, some, covert female narcissistic content creator, or TikToker, or some weird male in his GMO feminine energies, right? It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? The discipline to be able to stick to what you say, which is none of their opinions matters. You guys hit that like button. Hit that like button to share the live. None of their opinions matter, because I'm affecting the realm and I'm activating other men that think like me. And you know what I'm saying? We can make some major change. And while we're making this change, we shouldn't expect to not get pushback from the system that's set up. Because once you start rattling the cage and people start like having to deal with the fact that, you know what, he might be making some sense, and it starts shaking their reality, they get scared. It's like, wait a minute, but I'm comfortable sleeping. I love to sleep. Well, you know, you have to wake up. And they don't want to wake up. Okay? They don't want to wake up. So what I've learned, I don't run around and teach this stuff to just about anyone. I only get on my platforms. I don't, you know, run around in public and be like, oh yeah, this is what's going on right now, and we all need I don't speak like that. Keep it to myself. I understand that once you try to wake somebody up that's sleeping and they're not ready, it is over. Hang it up, it's a wrap, you know. So what I do is I get on here and speak to the ones that are already awakened. I do get some trolls every now and again, but again, it could be anybody. It could be someone that's already awakened that just don't like my face or feel like I'm coming for their spot. So I don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And having that kind of discipline not to worry about things and stay focused, because I mean, I keep going back to focus, and discipline is everything, because everybody's going to always have an opinion, and their goal is to find a real crafty way to project their opinion into your reality without coming off like a hater. And you have to have the, you know what I'm saying, intellectual intelligence enough, spiritual intelligence enough, common sense, book smarts, street smarts enough to figure out everybody's BS. And I've pretty much accumulated enough information to catch most of all people. And it's not even about catching them, it's just about knowing people's intent so I can know how to navigate. But this kind of trait and quality makes you irresistible to women. I'm trying to tell you. You know, they cannot get enough. It's the discipline in all aspects. Like, I don't get on here without making sure I shave my face, line everything up. I do it all myself, so it takes some time sometimes. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? That self-care is everything. Because I've realized with the ability of the internet, I'm Neo, y'all. With the ability of the internet, I can now jump in and get information that I need, just like Neo. Plug in, get information from what women are talking about, when women are talking about Sigmas, when women are, you know what I'm saying what's normally said in the quiet out loud, right? I can catch that information, I can disseminate it, you know what I'm saying, amongst the masses, and y'all can do what y'all want with it. Because really right now, you know, you don't really got to worry about having to work too hard to figure out what some woman's intent is, or anyone's intent. All you have to do is let them talk long enough. They'll always tell you, you know what I'm saying, what you need to hear, what you don't want to hear, and what you got to hear. And women love your sense of discernment, and that discernment comes from straight discipline. I mean, just hardcore discipline. Like right now, I got to get back on my eating, you know what I'm saying? I've been trying to come up with some new stuff, you know, as far as, you know, it's my food lifestyle now. So I'm coming up with different ways of getting my protein and stuff like that. And I'm getting my measurements wrong, and I'm overeating, okay? So, you know, now I know, and I'm also getting like mad results. So I know I don't need to eat as much to get the results, or otherwise if I keep eating like I'm gonna have to do way more working out, way more cardio. I don't want to do that. So I know to cut back. Being able to self-assess in the middle of something going on without having to be told something, women love that. Let me tell you something else. I know I've heard a lot of people talking about, oh, you know, you're the people that you surround yourself by, the 5 people you surround yourself by. 111, as I say this, you know it's true. Look, you don't need to surround yourself with 5 other people to keep you motivated. At that point, y'all are just codependent losers. And I'm not over here trying to make fun of anyone that likes to do that, but you should have your own business or whatever, and then you guys, you know, collaborate or whatever and make some magic happen, but you go back to whatever. You don't need to be, you know what I'm saying, right up on some other guy or guys or whatever and have 5 people that motivate you. What do you need someone to motivate you for? Every day that you rise and open your eyes, you thank God, you should be able to be good to go from that. I don't understand when people say stuff like you're You're only as strong as the 5 people you're around. Well, I'm by myself, you know, and I'm getting things done, and I really don't need for any earthly realmed people around me when I got angels around me. I got my ancestors around me, you know, my higher self looking out for me. I don't really need to worry about any of that nonsense, you know. So Sigmas and Sigma wolves out there, don't feel discouraged if you have no friends around you, and you have acquaintances and you have friends, but you don't check in every day and have some emotional support system set up. You don't need to have or surround yourself with 5 people and that labels your success. I mean, if you're competing with yourself, different time frames of yourself, that you were the most successful up to this point, you're competing with that, and possibly your future self, you don't have room or time to be competing with anyone else. And 9 times out of 10, let's be real, those 5 people you put yourself around, 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 are competing with you. So do you need someone to be in a secret competition? Or some of them are in a competition overtly. They'll literally be like, yeah, I just made X amount of sales and this much money this weekend. How much you make? You got some codependent loser that needs to compete with you and make themselves feel great. That's not a friend to me. That's a friend to me. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Or like, you know, some guy that's a friend of yours, and after the weekend is over, and he knows you don't compete with anybody, after the weekend is over, yeah, I did this many reps and I sprinted this many miles. I don't give a damn. I don't care. What are you telling me for? Oh, you're competing with me and you have to let me know what you're doing so you can project onto me and make me feel like you have some kind of value in my work. That's weird, bro. Absolutely not. That's why I don't do none of that stuff. I don't have no friends around me like that. Anybody has to compete with somebody like that, I'm not bashing you for doing it, but you will not do it around me. It's very strange, very odd behavior. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know? So, and listen, whatever you do, you do. If you need to have people around you to motivate you to keep it moving, do what you have to do. But I can get motivation from all kinds of people. You know, a message from anybody. Content creator, regular person, some person at my kid's school, who knows, right? Get my motivation and keep it trucking. As far as needing 4 or 5 other people around me, and, you know, I compete with them, and we need to gas each other up. I don't need an echo chamber. That's not, no. No, you can do that, and that's great, but you can also be, like I said, a lone wolf. You can pick, as a lone wolf, people you decide to do business with, but considering them friends or having people close to you, and it seems like they're really using you to motivate themselves, no, that to me seems toxic. It doesn't seem very healthy, and I wouldn't consider that person a friend, you know, just putting it out there like that. And see, it's this kind of discipline to where you're weeding everyone out, you're super focused, you don't compete with anyone else. So, I mean, it allows a certain sense of security from the woman, and also, you know, a sense of the fact that you're really comfortable in your masculine frame. So every little thing won't trigger you into some kind of weird rage, right? You know, you know, I don't compete with anybody, so I don't care what that dude said, or, you know, or blah, blah, blah is, you know, who cares what blah, blah, blah is doing? Let him do it, and I hope he's the best at it. But it has nothing to do with me. I don't care at all, right? Women love this kind of discipline. It's the discipline, divine discipline. You know, the discipline of oneself. The discipline of knowing that your main goal is to not allow people to be used by principalities and wicked spirits to knock you off your plan to manifest your best reality. You know, you know this is what you're, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be doing right now. So you know, a lot of people don't know why they end up saying certain things or jumping in your live stream and saying something crazy. Well, they're low vibrational. They don't understand that these demons are getting in them, or whatever you want to call them, spirits, demons. You know, some people get goofy in the comments and want to argue about that. Even those people, they don't even realize they're being used by a spirit to knock me off my path. They're not doing nothing good because, you know, they don't know me. So why are they having any opinion about me whatsoever, especially when they have the option to scroll. But once you decide to project onto somebody else, you're making it personal, and you don't know me at all. So what could you personally say about me whatsoever? Absolutely nothing. So again, y'all, just, pay attention, man, to just for that part, anyone that's actually trying to get you or knock you off your square, because all they're trying to do is get a reaction out of you and make you feel like you're not the man that you are, period, point blank. But the way that you maintain your masculine frame and normally don't let anybody do that to you makes these women crazy. I mean, you have women that they thought, see, they didn't think, they hoped that when you were going through it from whatever X or whatever setback you had, which is really to set up for a comeback, they were hoping that you stayed there because they talk so much junk about you and they basked in it, that they just, right now, seeing you rise, it just bothers them. It bothers them, but it doesn't stop them from coming back and trying to see you every chance they get. And these are the narcissistic, crazy ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the women and the ladies. I'm talking about these crazy females, these female covert narcissistic weirdos that find a reason to dislike you, gang up, gang stalk, watch, try to project energy onto you, try to say little slick stuff to you or indirectly, passive aggressively in the content they make. They end up turning around and loving everything that they see. They end up liking you more than the women that, are there supporting you. It's crazy. It's crazy. So just stay what you're doing, or stay on what you're doing. Stay disciplined. It's all about the discipline, man. Like whenever you're approached by the wrong kind of woman, turning her down, but doing things politely, maintaining your frame as a gentleman while getting things done, because you can rah your way through it. But I like to think about, when I look back on this journey, am I going to look back on a bunch of moments that I could have done things better, or did I think things through the best I could in that moment and then moved accordingly? That's what I want to do. I want to look back and think like that, like, oh, I did everything. I didn't let this person get to me too much, or these people, or this situation, or this circumstance. No, I did everything, I think, pretty divinely, you know what I'm saying? Pretty royally, pretty stoically, and then move out. Because I've been in situations where I've stressed things and things turned out better. And I look back and I'm like, oh man, I could have handled this better. Or I went off on this person. I burned this friendship and ended up working out, and I didn't even need to do all that. So this time around, I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna glide through this. I'm not gonna stress it. I don't care what I legit mean that. I don't care what anybody else thinks, and I try to be as nice as I can about it. But you can't really project onto somebody who genuinely doesn't care what you think. It's nearly impossible. It really is. So I'm just living in that energy where I know what I'm here for. I have a purpose, and there's a lot of people that want to project onto me, but if you look at my views, there's obviously a lot more people that support me than the one or two people that try to say something in comments. That's absurd. Even some of those people, they love you and don't want to say it. And it's just, look, man, right now, the Sigma is definitely standing out, and women are noticing you, whether it's at your job, if you're a content creator, friends of the family, whatever, what have you, when you're out and about, they're noticing, they're paying attention. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm not saying that you're ignoring them to get off on ignoring them, but ignore them for the sense of you got better things to do. You really got better things to do. And honestly, when you get where you're going, they're gonna be there. They're not going anywhere. So what are you in a hurry for? You don't have any eggs or anything like that. So all you gotta do is just, stack your money up, continue to work out, develop your look, whatever it is, get your skincare right, ground yourself, drink plenty of water, work out a lot, find a good workout routine, get I hate saying diet, but change the way you live, change the way you eat. You know what I'm saying? So that way you're eating accordingly. And the better you eat, the less you have to work out, the better you feel, So it's about having it's about discipline. It's the discipline of maintaining a balance with everything. So even for you people who, you know, want to keep drinking, you can drink, just do it in moderation. You know, if you smoke, smoke in moderation. You know, if you're a gym junkie, do it in moderation. You know, I like to work out, but I do different stuff at slower paces. I take breaks. I do everything in moderation. It's really about finding the balance in everything, and that's what I'm really searching for. And that's what I'm really doing, just finding the balance in life, balancing everything out. As I balance everything out, I tend to calm down more and kind of figure out how this energy thing works. And as I figure it out, the better things get for me, and it's easier for me to manifest, like without even having to say words at this point, honestly. Well, you never know. With these women nowadays, do you want me to be real with you? I'll put it like this: the ladies genuinely like you as much as a woman can, the way they've been taught. But a lot of women and females really just like the way you make them feel. And the minute that you don't make them feel that way, well, but that's why you need to work on, you know, your self-love. So you'll feel when this woman starts acting funny, if she's gonna be that kind of way, and instead of you ignoring it, you'll let it go, because you'll be like, you know, it's whatever. Because you're gonna feel like, I worked so hard to get her, she's so hot. Nah, understood, man, but you got her, you can get somebody else. And I'm a firm believer in this. If somebody cannot appreciate you and love you the way that you love them, if they don't know how to love you the way you know how to love, then they really don't belong in your reality. You know, they don't belong on your journey. And even when the ones that don't know how to show you love, the interactions you have with them, whether it works out or not, because we can't leave here with them. If you think about it like that, which I do a lot too, makes it easier on me. One way or another, you're going to end up leaving the person you're with. And what you're going to remember about them, hopefully, are the best memories you had with them. You can't take them with you when you leave here. You're both not going to leave here at the same time. So in a way, you know, if you leave them when they're young and healthy, right, it's better than leaving them, or, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, if you're not in love and things not work out, and then you leave this realm and she just can't wait for you to go, and you know what I'm saying? It's best to just go your separate ways, healthy, knowing that the interactions that you had was and should have been life lessons, and without that person you wouldn't have went through those life lessons. However, that doesn't mean you're going to go through them again. Okay, so you learn, you live, you learn, and you let them live, let them go on, let them do whatever they want to do. You see some woman that's acting like she's getting funky, or, you know, you're talking to her and she seems like she's just using you, let her go. Just let her go. You don't have to give anyone an explanation. I gotta get off of here. Whoa, way too long. 23 minutes out now. Way too long. You don't owe anybody any explanation. Anyway, y'all, hit that like button. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Share the live and subscribe. On King David, I'll be back on here a little bit later. I gotta go to my kid's school. On King David, I'll be back.